Hey guys, welcome. David here. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today I just wanted to walk through a few um, cards I picked up at a garage sale this last weekend. Kind of showed up at a sale, was kind of looking around, and then noticed that they had just kind of an old box of Pokemon cards. Turns out it was her son's, collection when he was a kid. She's been asking him for a long time when if she could sell them. He kept saying no, and then I guess now that he kind of turned the corner and told her to just go ahead and sell him. He was over it. He's in his 30s now. Hindsight, maybe. This is probably like these cards are probably worth the most now that they've ever been for a long time. So I don't know if it was the best time for them to sell, but at least not at garage sale prices. But lucky for me, I guess. But just had a ton of you know Shadowless base set cards, all in like really nice condition. So we're gonna walk through some of those today, and just kind of show you what I picked up. What not like no Charizards or anything, but still some like really nice old base set Shadowless cards and some first editions and stuff. Um, a ton. She had a big stack of trainers, and I just picked up the whole stack. You can see that they're just like in just like great condition. And they weren't sleeved. She just had binders around them, and they were probably all perfect. And then she probably kind of put any of the scuffs. You see, we won't go through all of these switches or anything, but you can see there's just a lot of trainers to start with, a lot of duplicates, but they're all just like in perfect or near mint shape. A lot of these are definitely like mint. Just like really nice. I'll just pull this one out so you can see the back. So I've got these. Hang on, but yeah, that is just like super nice for how old it is. A lot of them have a tiny bit of whitening, like right in the corner, all in the same corner. And I'm wondering if she pulled them all out, or she probably pulled them all out of the case that they were in. This is my theory, but and she said she was doing a lot of research on all the cards, and so my bet is that there were times when she was like organizing them and kind of lining them up in her hands as she was kind of tapping them. It's my worry that they were probably mint until who knows, but she did say she did like several hours of research online on all the cards to try to price them, and she had them in pretty. She had them, she definitely had done her research. She had heard of. Here's more trainers. We'll just go through all these. She had heard of she was familiar with although not as good either. Of like she was familiar with Shadowless and what that meant in first edition and all that. So she wasn't, she kind of knew what she had on some of it. I don't think she knew exactly, but she definitely done a lot of research. She said hours and hours looking through everything. So here's all the trainers. I picked up a bunch of them. I just picked up the whole stack. She was there's a first edition. Unfortunately, I kind of felt like I shouldn't buy all of them. She didn't really want to sell all of them because she was going to give some to the neighbor girls, she said. So there's a last, although the centering is terrible on it. So it's pretty brutal on this side. But otherwise it's in pretty good shape. A little whitening down here, a little tiny bit up there, but that's not too bad. She was going to give some wanted to give some to the neighbor girls, and she didn't really want to sell all of them. So I don't really know why she had them on in the first place then, some of them, but let's see this one. So she let me pick through. She had a bunch of different binder like rubber banded stacks. See, this one has got the same spot too, a little whitening. She here's these. Yeah, here's even more trainers. So I met about a lot of trainers. All are like near me, like I said. So I usually picked through all the different rubber banded piles. I grabbed all of the first editions I could find, and everything that was decent. She had like a stack of nice Charmanders, but she had them priced at like $4 per Charmander, so I didn't even grab any of those. But most of these, I got all of this for $16 total, so definitely pretty good. Definitely a really good deal. For how great a condition they're all in, and just all being like old Shadowless, and the amount of first editions. So here's all the first editions. We'll go through these little closer. Here's a another trainer. All trainers so far. Sorry, that's probably not the most exciting things you've ever seen. Another revive and a switch, first edition. Oh, whitening down there again. Anyhow, here. Okay, now we're getting into it. Now, Ponita. Centering is pretty bad. A little tiny bit of whitening again down there. That same spot and up there. Poliwag. Maybe, I don't know how interesting. Maybe go faster or not. Abra. Chop. A little better, but still a little wide down there and everything. Magnemite. Yeah, same whitening. So yeah, I feel like at one time all these cards just got kind of knacked, straightened up like that at one time, and it just kind of got them all. So Onyx, Tangela, Voltorb, great shape, Diglett, Caterpie. Here's a really nice Growlithe. There were some rarer cards about to show off here in a second too, so just get through these. Here's a seal. This one's nice. It's a gray stamp. I don't know if you can see that super well, but it's a gray stamp seal. First edition Shadowless. Gray stamp seal. Did I say steel? Gray stamp seal. Yeah. Also a great gray stamp Raticate, just when that's really in really nice shape. This one doesn't really even have the whitening down in the corner. Pretty much mint, tiny bit there. Last of these is a Metapod. So those are all the first editions of the kind of the commons and everything. Here's a bunch more non-first editions. You can see these are all in really good shape, really great shape too. Number of Machokes. A lot of duplicates, but yeah, it's just amazing. A lot of more like the remaining stuff I wasn't able to buy was mostly stuff like this. Nothing too too crazy. It's a really nice Arcanine, although not nice in terms of the centering, but it's in great shape. A lot of Machops. Can never have too many of those. Starmie. Super nice Starmie, I think. A little wide up here, maybe. But that one's like in really great. That one's like perfect, though. What's the back centering? I don't know. My eye isn't too trained, but it looks pretty good. But just a Starmie. Dugong, Staruse, Rattatas, Magikarp, Dugong. So there's all just kind of the normal commons and not some uncommons. Still awesome. Here are some of the cooler ones, I guess. This one probably isn't, this kind of fits with the other first editions, but really nice first edition Pidgey. Super good condition on everywhere. Tiniest little thing down there. Just mint otherwise. Centering's not perfect. Here's a War Turtle. It looks really good. For the most part, I think that's not actually on the card. The top, it's kind of different. It's, I guess it is whitening, but it's hard to know. Yeah, still beautiful. And there's also, it's actually, I was looking in there was a shoebox of baseball cards, and I just saw kind of a hint of a Pokemon back. So when I looked, I found this Pidgey, which was in a sleeve. None of the other cards were in a sleeve, so it just kind of ended up in that pile. This Pidgeotto, and this one's doesn't have. This is kind of why I think that the issue might have been with like with the bottom, like with the whitening down there, like how it might have been from like when she was pricing everything out. This one doesn't have it at all. This one's like was in a sleeve and it's just like perfect. And this one's like perfect in terms of whitening and everything, and centering's, I don't know, pretty good, not terrible. But this one doesn't have that, so I kind of feel like that's kind of where I built my theory on. But then when I had the sleeve, I bought it. I kind of like showed it to her. She was thinking, oh, first her reaction was, oh, I'm going to keep that one because it looks a little rarer. And so I said, well, let's just check the price on the phone just to make sure she knew I was trying to be fair. I wasn't trying to, pull it over on her or anything. I showed it, I showed her the card and everything. But then after I was looking, I noticed that the sleeve had a second card in it. Felt kind of bad about this, but then there was a Hitmonchan in the back of the card, which was pretty cool. And this one is in really great shape. It's pretty much mint condition. At least it was before I tried to take it out of the case. Look here, and you can see, yeah, it's like tiniest bit of white in here. Not too bad at all. I mean, like not even, just hardly. A little bit up, yeah, a little bit in the corners, but not. Still amazing though. Centering so-so, but some minor scratching on the hollow. I don't know if you can see this, the camera like right there, but still like an amazing find. I'm gonna put a different sleeve on it because I think this one's all kind of, this is like the sleeve that they were both in to start with, and I don't know if those, it looks a little scratchy itself, so I think we might as well get a fresh sleeve on it. Get it back locked in place. Yeah, just a great find. I don't know what to, I mean, I'm probably gonna sell them, but I'm kind of tempted to get these graded just because there's some of them graded, at least these two. Maybe the Pidgey. Kind of cool to have a nice two set of the Pidgey and Pidgeotto. That's because they are in such good shape. But I don't know if it's worth it because the centering isn't too perfect, and I don't know enough about how good or bad the centering is, I guess, really. But it'd be kind of nice to have a two highly graded Pidgey and Pidgeotto. No Pidgeot, but this would be pretty cool. Oh, and there's also this bill that I ran out of sleeves, so I chucked in a top loader, and it's sitting there. So that's the last but not least, the first edition bill. But yeah, just an awesome find. I can't believe it was like one of the, I went to a garage sale, kind of hoping you find Pokemon cards, thinking you're probably going to find junk, and then just stumbling on, a bunch of like mint condition base set Shadowless cards. It's hard to beat that. That probably won't happen too often. But sure will appreciate this moment, for what it is. It's just minty, so it's just really cool. Anyway, that's my garage sale story from the weekend. Also, we'll probably walk through, I bought a set off eBay. Wasn't quite as exciting as this even, but still some kind of cool cards. So I got this binder, kind of a cool, the old school kind of Pokemon Ash Ketchum binder. So I'm going to do a video on that as well, but that's it, guys, for today. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Hopefully see you around. Let me know if, what you thought, what I could do better on. Comment below, and yeah, thanks for, leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want, but no hard feelings if you don't. Thanks so much. Bye.